Hey guys, okay, so if you couldn't tell, I'm not JR. I have long hair, I have buttons, and I'm wearing ripped jeans and Vans. So I'm not really in my cowgirl stuff, so don't be mean about that. It's like 11 at night, and I was doing my PE assignment, and my mom was like, "Oh, this is really good. We're gonna post it on YouTube, except we're not gonna use your crappy camera." So I'm like, okay. So yeah, okay, so as you can tell, I'm on Duke. He's like my favorite. Just kidding, I love them all, but he's really cool. Okay, so if you couldn't tell, I'm riding bareback, not on the saddle. I know, crazy. So, bareback. It's way different than on the saddle, and we don't do it very much during lessons because it's a little bit dangerous and we have a lot more people fall off. And the reason why people fall off a lot is because you really need balance. Like, balance is a must. If I didn't have balance right now, I'd already have fallen off, and that would suck and it would hurt. So you really need balance. So I'm going to say 3 tips of how to ride bareback. If you want to say there are 4 because the last one is kind of long, but whatever. Okay, so the first tip is balance. Like I just said, balance is really important. And that's kind of one of the reasons why dancers are really good at riding and riding bareback, because they are really good at balance. Like their balance is just amazing. So that's why they don't fall off as much and why they're such good as riders, because they have really good balance. So I like to think that I have really good balance too, so I don't fall off as much. Yeah, that's totally a lie, but yeah, so you want balance. So you want to be in the center of him. You want to be kind of sitting right on his spine, and you just want to be balanced. And posture too. Posture is a huge balance thing. So if you're straight up, then you're gonna have good balance. Okay, my next tip is your core. If your abs are tight and your back is tight, then you can't really fall back forwards or backwards or to the sides very easily. You still can, but it's what makes it way harder to lose your balance if you have your abs tight and your back tight. Okay, then the third thing is having your thighs in a secure spot. So if your thighs aren't moving as much, if they're not going, whoa, then you're good. Like if they're in the good athletic position, like in volleyball or in a ton of different stuff. If you're in the athletic position and if you stay in that position, you're not going to fall off as much, especially when you're going faster, because you get moved a lot. So if you kind of just think stay in this position, then you'll be way better. And then the next thing with the legs is your calves and your heels. As you can see, I'm not going, I'm so scared, because that means go. Horses don't like pressure. They try to get out of it. That doesn't mean that it hurts them or anything when we're trying to get them to go. That's why we take our feet off, because that's rewarding them. It's like when you're yelling at your kids, right? Like if you need them to clean your room, if you keep just screaming at them and say, clean your room, and you don't stop, even after they clean your room, then if you say, oh, clean the dishes, then they're still going to be, what the crap is wrong with you? And they'll just get mad at you, and you'll have a bad relationship, and just all these bad things. So we want the pressure off of them, okay? So after they do it, then pressure off. So I'm bareback. I don't really want to be loping and jumping right now because I don't really want to fall off. So I just want to say stop, so I pressure off. So now I want him to walk around, so I'm just going to turn. So I've my legs. All right, I don't really need it, so I don't really need him to trot or anything, and he's really sensitive, especially to me, because I have really good leadership over him and stuff. So I don't need to squeeze the heck out of him, but I squeeze a little bit. Okay, now let's try for a trot, and really think of all these 3 things. Balance. Don't want to lose connection of the mic. Okay, so balance. You want to keep your abs tight and your back tight, so then you don't fall forward or backwards or to the sides. And then you want your legs to be in the secure location and know where your calves and your ankles are. Let's hope my face doesn't get cut up by leaves. That sucks. Try for a trot. I'm going to squeeze my calves. Just a little bit though. I don't need him to be loping. So it's ask, right? So ask him to do it first. And then tell I'm using my heels. Alright, now we're trotting. So I have the secure location in my legs. That really helps, because if I didn't, then I'd be going all over the place. All right, let's try this again. So as I'm saying, like I said, balance. I lost my balance there for a second, so I was a little scared. So balance is really important. All right. So I have a secure location with my legs. I know where my calves are. I'm not squeezing the guts out of him. I'm moving a little bit, like I'm jiggling a little bit, but there's nothing to do to stop that when you're bareback. You can't post. Like, I guess I could try, but see, it looks weird, so we don't want to do that. Okay, let's try this again. Yeah. So think of all the three things. Balance, really important, so you can straight up. The next thing, your core tight and your back tight, so then you don't fall backwards or forwards. Okay, I know I'm talking a lot and you want to see more action, but I want to give you guys more information so then you guys can ride better too. So here's the other thing. There's a difference between horse sitting and horse riding. I know, craziest information you've ever heard of, like ever. But this is what horse sitting looks like. You're just sitting, lounging on your couch. See, he moves. He's like, what? That's not balanced. You're sitting on my butt, right? So, horse sitting. I'm just chilling here. And he's like, okay, I guess we're not riding anymore, so I'm going to eat some grass, right? Okay, I'm just sitting here. Right? He's not doing anything. Okay, pretend I want him to go. Go, horse! Okay, I've got his attention because he's like, what the heck are you doing? And he went because he's a really good horse and people do crazy stuff. But you kind of get what I'm saying. There's a difference between horse sitting and horse riding. Horse riding, you have balance. You're upright. All right, and trot. See, if my legs were going all over the place, I would fall off right now, and you'd all see it, and it'd be super embarrassing. Yeah, so keep in mind, riding bareback is really dangerous, so if you fall off, don't blame it on you. Well, it probably is your fault because you lost balance, but don't blame it on your horse. Don't blame it on us, your teachers. It's balance, and it honestly is just practice. You wouldn't blame the ball, like the volleyball, if you missed it, right? You wouldn't blame that. You wouldn't blame pancakes for having too much syrup. That's your fault, right? Not trying to sound rude or anything, but kind of use your brain. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe and comment and like. And if you guys get more likes, if we get more likes on this video, then maybe I'll show up more on the channel and less of JR and more of me. So yeah. All right. Thank you guys.